sentence and then you just start the podcast.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I never want to do that either. So, welcome back to After 5:30 podcast. It's been a minute. Me and Chris have both had some important things to do, so we put up the podcast for a little bit. But we're back, just to leave again.
Yeah.
So,
we're just here to finish it off.
Yeah. This is going to be one of the last few episodes, and one quick announcement. Now that we're ending, you may notice that our SoundCloud only has the most recent episodes. That's because we're not going to get the premium deal and all that, so it's going to delete the old ones as we upload new ones. But if you go to our YouTube channel, all the episodes are there. So let's go on and get on into the show.
Let's go on get.
This week we have Anto on the show. Chris is giving me a nod. I got his name right.
Yes.
Well, thanks for having me.
So Anto is another engineer following the theme of this podcast. We're going to be
Software.
Specifically software. So Anto, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a software engineer.
Yeah, you can hold it closer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so software engineer. Undergrad was a computer engineering degree, master's in electrical engineering, and then I'm in software somehow. So I do everything.
Oh, cool. Okay. I thought you did double E and a double E master's. I learned something.
No, so computer engineering undergrad, electrical engineering master's, and then
I think if you capture electrical engineering and
computer science.
Computer science.
That's electrical. Yeah, that's computer engineering.
And you
breed
merge them. Yeah, if you breed them.
Yeah.
Yes.
You usually end up getting a software engineer.
Oh, cool.
That's right.
Computer engineer, you mean?
Oh, you can't get a software engineer that way?
No, so traditionally, software engineers are computer scientists, like CS majors, traditionally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're forcing labels onto this unborn child already. I just don't like where this society is going. I can't be...
Right.
Well, we need to label them, so put your headphones back.
off.
All right, labels. Labels, all right, let's do it. Labels.
Yeah, I don't think I have any announcements, so...
I think that was the big one. That check out our YouTube for all of our shows, because we're going to be going offline again for a while. I'm going to be going away from Binghamton to work in a hospital for 6 weeks, but then I'll be back. There'll be maybe a couple more episodes, but then that's going to be it, unless we work out like some sort of Skype deal for like reunion episodes or something.
Yeah, that would be possible, I think, at least.
Yeah. We would have to talk to the sound engineer for the podcast.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he has a lot to do, so it's hard to get him booked and stuff, but...
So, Anthony.
Yes.
All right, great. 2 for 2.
Nice.
That is my real name, yes.
Have you ever done any performing, any podcasts, any videos, shows, you in the showbiz?
No, so actually this is my first ever podcast. And
cool.
Yeah,
Us too.
Always wanted to do a podcast, so this is a bucket list for me, so.
Yeah, this is a good segue, actually.
Plugs.
So we were talking about, like before the show, that this is actually on Anto's bucket list.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We're glad that we can help out.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, so it's bucket list day. And then, I don't remember what we said really after that. Probably something nonsense, but I was thinking, like, what would be one thing that was on your bucket list? I mean, no offense, but podcasting wasn't on mine. I'm glad it should have been, probably,
actually,
but...
Podcasting was kind of a spontaneous thing for me. I just thought, like, hey, it's pretty cool. We don't actually need to know how to edit stuff to do it.
It's true.
And then that's why all the episodes always take so long to get out. My bad. But yeah, I'm really happy that we did it. It's kind of a spontaneous thing, and I'm still trying to think about what I would have on my bucket list. I definitely want to go somewhere foreign and live there.
So
for like,
you already did that.
That was like study abroad.
Wait, have you left the U.S.?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I've been to, oh no, I was about to say Puerto Rico, but that's territory.
Someplace in Europe or something, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm getting to it. Oh my God.
Like travel for vacation, you mean? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like really travel.
Okay.
My parents took me and my brother to like Disney World, and I can look and see the pictures, but I don't remember anything but like riding on the Dumbo ride.
Yeah.
Like 2-3 times.
I have never been to Disney World.
Same.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I thought I was the only one.
No, it's actually, it's really uncommon not to have gone.
Okay. Because like, usually I get the freak out of, you've never been to Disney World? What?
Yeah.
What was your childhood?
And then they like start screaming, poor person, and they yell at you. So I stopped. Whenever people kind of talk about it, just kind of like nod and like, oh yeah, the one with the mouse.
Yeah, with the castle and whatever.
Yeah.
I'm really confused why my parents took me like when I wouldn't remember it.
I
was really maybe
it could
my
be
brother
maybe like a
remembered it.
staged moon landing kind of thing. Like it didn't really happen.
It never happened.
Oh my god!
Oh, sorry. Was that tearing
You
apart your
actually went-
childhood?
They, like,
I need a minute.
oh no.
But yeah, I'm not sure why they took you so young. Probably because children enjoy Disney World.
I have an older brother, so I think it might have to do with the fact that my brother probably remembers it better.
Could be.
He's 2.5 years older. I was probably 3, 4, maybe 5. I looked real young in the photos. Actually, no. I knew what Pokemon were, so it was probably like 5 or 6. I probably just forgot because I was a little shit.
Yeah, because there's too many Pokemon to remember.
Yeah.
Wait, so what about you, Kit? What's on your bucket
List? This one I'm not sure about, but I don't know. Maybe get convicted of a crime and go to jail. But I'm thinking like white collar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like tax fraud.
Yeah, you know, something.
You can go to jail for like an hour.
Yeah. I don't want. I just
Slap in the wrist.
Yeah. I want my wrist slapped.
Oh, okay.
If you will.
Ooh.
No, rephrase. Sorry. I want someone to slap my wrists.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Like I if I'm on my, I don't know how you determine like what's on the bucket list. Like, are you gonna regret it?
I feel like that's also.
No, I think it's more of like if you're on your deathbed, what's something you wish you have done before you die? That's usually what the bucket is. Like, it's like that movie with like
Morgan Freeman?
no, like Morgan.
That is the
I think
movie
it's
called
Morgan
Bucket
Freeman.
List.
Yeah. Where it's like okay, and there's like another guy.
I know it was one black guy, one white guy.
Yeah, Jack
Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
Really, Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, Jack
Yeah,
Nicholson
it
and
is.
Morgan Freeman bucket
Wow.
list. Yeah.
He's the one that's kind of like a jerk.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that instance, then, getting convicted and going to jail might be like on the deathbed. I'm like, probably better it didn't.
I feel like that's more of a goal, so that you like are successful enough that you have that luxury that you can pay your way out of jail. I think that's more of a
I
goal
see.
than a.
Yeah. That makes more sense. So I guess no, not bucket list.
Okay, fine. All right.
I'll be getting back to what I said since the podcast is all about me.
Try
I wanna,
Wonderwall.
like-
You already did that.
Well, no, I went to Prague to study abroad, the Czech Republic, but I was doing like work the whole time, so I want to go somewhere for like a week and like live there. Well, not in like a hotel, but like somewhere that's not quite a hotel, but it's like
Airbnb sort of deal. where
I
you
guess
just-
so. Like I'd have to talk to somebody.
Hostel sort of. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe not a hostel. I hear freaky things happen in hostels, like people steal your stuff, that type of freaky thing.
Wow, that's freaky.
But okay, Chris, I'm done now. You can go.
On that topic, I think there's like something, I forget what it's called, but it's like you basically go to some host family and work for them. And they pay, like you live with them and they, like, you know, your meals are supplied by them. I forget
So
what it's called.
indentured servitude.
Basically, yeah.
But
I know
like,
somebody who's.
But
doing,
you choose to do it.
But you okay?
I know somebody who's doing something like that, or they did it. It's like a gap year for college. She went somewhere and she was a nanny for some kids in some Spanish-speaking country. But I know she speaks Spanish, and she was there for like a gap year before she started college, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I've heard of people picking fruit as a labor thing.
Fruit.
Yeah.
I like a vineyard or farm.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Oh,
Okay. I mean, living on a vineyard for X amount of days sounds awesome.
Yeah, like
probably nice weather.
Like some estate in Italy for like
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm
month
thinking.
to pick grapes.
Get fucked up. Oh my god, get rid of that damn sandwich.
It like fell. Not your true water.
Oh, the sandwich.
Then water bottle fell into the sandwich.
Well,
And the lid's off. Wow, dangerous.
Yeah. Well, there's not much in
On
there.
the edge.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna imitate an Italian man complaining about the way. Honey, there's a guy comes home every night and he's a drunk as a fuck. I imagine that's how it would go. And then they'd be like, bada bing,
Oh my God.
crazy bambinos.
So, to any Italians that may have stumbled upon this show,
Like Uncle Tony.
oh my god, Uncle Tony. Shout out to Uncle Tony.
Yeah, he was the one that got us started.
Yeah. Go back to that first couple episodes.
Yeah, on second thought, maybe not.
Yeah, listen for the song, and when it ends, just cut it off.
Yeah.
Those first ones weren't that great. But Anto, you brought up the topic, and you have plenty of time to think. What's something that's on your bucket list?
Aside from a podcast. Oh, like the wingsuit, the thing that's like super dangerous, where you like literally fly while falling.
The squirrel suit deal?
Yeah.
That's like the Red Bull thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That is 100% on my bucket list. And if I had like a midlife crisis where I had nothing to live for, I would 100% buy one and just jump off a cliff and attempt to do it. No training whatsoever.
Anto Jr. and my daughter, I'll be right back. Just give me like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just going out to the car to get something.
It's funny because like I just had like a vision where I'm like at like some desk or like at home. I'm looking at a computer and like scrolling through Facebook, and I see like pictures of Anto like getting like his squirrel suit. I'm like, oh, so that midnight crisis finally happened.
Right.
But
I don't even know how like you
Get
train or prepare for that, because like for like what's that, like parachuting or all that stuff. No, I'm sorry, skydiving.
Skydiving.
Yeah, you have to be certified. You have to like skydive. How does that work?
I looked this up at one point.
Oh, did you? Okay.
If you just want to like go this Saturday and fall out of a plane and land, you would have to do it with like the instructor attached to your back.
Oh, so there are tandem squirrel suit things.
Oh no, it's not a squirrel suit. It's just a regular. Hey, look at me. Let me take a picture on the way down.
No. That I understand.
Yeah.
I'm saying, how does it work for squirrel suits though?
Oh, we're ramping up to that.
Oh, okay.
And then the next step would be like, oh, you want to jump by yourself? You would have to come in like every Saturday, all day Saturday, for like an 8-hour class on how to skydive.
Okay.
And at the end of that class, you get certified, and then you do a certain number of hours, and you can just jump by yourself.
Okay.
Whenever you want, if you have a plane lying around.
Okay.
And then after that, once you get enough hours, you can start teaching other people, and then it goes up from there. And I would imagine like the squirrel suit would be like the next step.
it's like level 6.
Okay. So you have to be like a master skydiver before you can even think about.
Or you just have to have
squirreling.
a lot of money, and you can
just buy one.
A plane lying around.
Yeah. Jump off a helicopter real quick and
A few extra lives in your back pocket.
Just head out squirreling.
Yeah, like Super Mario. You hit the block and the squirrel suit comes.
Yeah. I imagine that's how it works.
Yeah. Is anything exciting happening to you? I know you just took a, not a big test, but it's a big exam. Do you want to talk about your exam and how it's going?
No, not really. How about you? Do you want to talk about yours?
Then my mic is in. I can't talk about like the content, but there's like a lot of stuff that I could talk about, just like getting ready for like stupid things about the MCAT.
Like preparation wise, you mean?
No, not like book study wise, but like getting ready to take the test. So I've read a lot about like how to prepare, and you like want to go out ahead of time to the test site to like, oh, this is what it looks like, this is where it is, this is where the bathroom is, so you know where everything is.
Makes sense.
So I went in, I asked them a bunch of questions. The woman was really nice, and it was the same woman that was there on my test day. And I asked her, oh, is it always this hot? It's kind of hot. And she's like, oh, it is like kind of warm out here. It's 73 out here. But in the test room, because it's a separate room with a bunch of computers and a whole lot of cameras in there, it's like way colder because the air is going to have to be on there, and people are coming in and out, and it's going to be full of people. It's like, oh, wow, great. That's really great to know. So I had already picked out my test day outfit. It was a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. And then I had to add like a
long sleeve thing.
Yeah, the Audible line up for it.
Got it, yeah.
So I added that, and I left in the morning. I was like, oh, good. It's so like between 50 and 40. I'm glad that I wear the sweatpants, a long shirt, and the long pullover and t-shirt. So oh, this is good. This was good advice. I got there. It's just as hot inside as it is outside.
She lied. What a liar.
Like, no concept of like temperature or something. Oh, it's really cold in there. It's freezing. Probably when I took out or something.
How did she know? She had to sit outside the test center the whole time. Oh no, that's a lie. She had to walk through it because like
they check
like,
every once in a while.
Yeah, and there's like the whole like metal detector. You can't use any other pencil or any other paper besides what they have, and you can't take it with you or anything.
Right.
But yeah, that's it. I can pull up another topic if.
Did you get sweaty?
Yes, but that it wasn't like hot sweaty. It was like during the last section. I was like, oh my god, where did all this come from? And I think it was just because like I was getting close to the end. Maybe it was like excited sweat.
Excited sweat. it's also hot in there, so.
Because I got up for like lunch and a snack and I wasn't really sweating. Yeah.
I feel like that would be a good episode of something. Like you just sweat through the whole test, like you're dripping sweat, and it's just like really awkward, and like the people kind of like keep looking at you like
A
really
sitcom.
weird. Yeah.
That'd be an interesting episode where like you have you guys and a guest just wear a sweatsuit the whole time.
Oh, it's just really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And we just
And
turn
then
up
podcast.
we turn up the heat on
And
in
like,
the office.
like no one will see, but like just tell the audience knowing, hey, we are extremely uncomfortable right now, and just see how irritated you get with each other.
Or it would be good like to mess with the guest.
Also true.
Like so we could call
It's
like,
always this hot in here.
whoever the guy that is, you know how you used to call about the scope room to get the
Yeah, Mike.
to the heat or
Yeah.
like turned off. Like we'd be like, we're gonna need a like 85 experiment. It's an experiment.
Yeah, no, in the office. Not the scope room. Nothing to do with that. Don't mess with the scope room.
Well, maybe season 2.
Yeah. We could do it for the reunion. You could be in the heat and I'll be Skyping in from somewhere.
Yeah.
People do that like on YouTube. I haven't watched any of these videos, but they'll be like, oh, this is the hot car challenge. I'm going to sit in here and record myself for like a half hour. So don't leave your pets in the car while you're going to the grocery market or something like that.
Oh.
Have you ever seen any of those? Or
No, I haven't.
is it-
No.
Like the only thing it reminds me of is like the challenges in that library thing, Quiet Library or whatever, where like they do like,
challenges?
So yeah, so there's a show, I think it's on MTV, where it's Silent Library, where it's like you have two teams and they make them do like these obscene challenges, and they have to
Yeah,
do
I
it
never
quietly
heard
though,
of
and they're rated on how loud or not loud they are,
Mm-hmm.
and like they have like really messed up things like taser each other or like stuff like that, and you can't scream and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
And it's
I think I've seen that before actually.
yeah.
The hot car thing started with like an NFL player. He like started the viral thing because he was like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna record myself for a half hour because he wanted to like get out. I'm
Public
getting the word.
service kind of announcement.
It's like a phrase advocacy, kind of like awareness.
Awareness,
Yeah. Raise awareness about like putting your pets into the car while they're at the
Yeah.
supermarket. So that was like the whole point.
Well,
and other people do it.
Right. Well, not just pets, but also babies, because people straight up forget that they have a baby. Yeah.
Damn.
How young do you have to be like, yeah, just
No,
wait in
like,
the car?
it's a thing where like a
I
baby
can-
falls asleep in the back. They go to the grocery store, completely forget that they had a baby. Next thing you know, their infant's cooked.
Yeah.
Dang.
For, like, and it's awful. Like, yeah.
Do you want to talk about the gorilla thing, where the kid jumped into the gorilla exhibit?
Yeah.
So I don't know much
Yes.
about that other than he fell, people freaked out, and the security guard shot the gorilla. And that's all.
Spoilers. Oh my god.
No. Yeah,
Is that
that's,
it?
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I think the controversy is like people who obviously, I mean, no one wants to kill the gorilla probably, but
Right.
they were like, oh, what about the mom? You know, shouldn't she have been like keeping better eye on
Right.
the kid?
The kid was fine. He had like something like concussion, and then it was released back to the mother. And then like people are like signing petitions to be like, oh, Child Protective Services, get this child away from this mother who obviously can't pay attention to her child, and it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I mean-
I don't think that. I think like accidents. Happen,
Yeah, I think
right?
accidents happen, and it's like we got to see like what is it like maybe 20 seconds of some YouTube clip. Like I don't know like what she is like as a mother. So
Right.
It's like
Was she in the YouTube clip?
you hear her, but you don't see her.
Which is kind of funny because I would like immediately suspect like animal rights people going like crazy about this, saying like, "Why'd you shoot the gorilla right away?" And then like, because I think I remember like
They wanted to
seeing-
like trank it, right?
right, like why don't you just tranquilize it or whatever? Granted, I think there was like a lot of gorillas. I think I don't remember.
I think
the full story.
Joe told me it was like the gorilla was like kind of protecting it because it was like the alpha gorilla or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I saw too and heard and read.
Yeah, so it was like actually the fact that like if the alpha gorilla was there, like it was kind of like protecting it from the other ones, the kid.
What I
Yeah,
heard,
gorilla.
saw, and read was it was probably one gorilla. Please don't quote me on that, but it was the reason why they had to kill it was because a trank would take like maybe a half hour to work.
Yeah,
and it's not like,
that's what I heard too.
Okay.
It's not like a movie where it's like, oh,
See, I expected like
Yeah.
what's that movie? Old School, where he
Planet of the Apes.
No,
Yeah.
where he tranquilizes himself back. Will Ferrell tranquilizes himself.
Oh, old
by
school.
accident. Yeah, that was old school.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so
Where it's like, dude, that was like
Yeah.
for an elephant.
Yeah. Isn't it? I think Stifler is like the other guy. It's like the clown.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
and then also think it's like gorilla like 500 pounds. The kid is probably like 50 pounds.
Right.
And it's just like standing over the kid, too.
Yeah.
So if it falls, that's
Right.
game over for that kid.
Yeah.
Well, I also read there are like going to be no charges against the mother too.
Yeah,
that was
no
why they
criminal
like started all
charges,
that.
Yeah. So I didn't even know that was like a thought that to like I don't know, find the mother. I guess that goes into the child services thing too. I didn't think about that, so because I didn't read anything about that where people were like going crazy about, oh, she's a bad mom, and like
Oh, right. I thought you were like updating us, but that's what they wanted. Joe's in the office as usual during the podcast.
I think you mean studio.
Yeah, the studio.
Yeah. Well, it doubles as an office. It's mainly a studio, but people use it as an office.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah, Joe was saying that they wanted to charge the mother with the murder of the gorilla.
But that would be like even worse for the child, because I would assume. Well, I don't know. Would they be like, oh, you get one life sentence for murder like a regular person because it's a gorilla, or would it be like less, or a big fine? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Gorilla
Joe.
murders are different than human murders. They're mainly just
Are you saying gorillas aren't people? No, they're not people.
yeah, that's
Gorillas
exactly.
They're exactly not people.
By definition.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with
human.
gorilla law either.
Panda.
So ever like look up the lyrics to that song?
Panda.
Yeah.
Black X6, Phantom, White X6, Panda. That part always used to confuse me, so I googled it one time. It's all about cars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because like I looked, so after listening to this song, I was like, oh, this is catchy. I looked at the lyrics, and I'm like, that can't be the lyrics. And I listened to
You
the
thought you had found the wrong
yeah,
thing.
like I thought like that can't be real. And then I listened to the song again, and I tried to follow. I was like, oh my goodness, that is what he's saying.
We had an idea for like a segment, something like this. I think it was because of the Panda song. But it's like you hear it one way, but then when you read it, it completely changes.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened to me.
Like there was this one Fall Out Boy song that came
Sugar,
out.
we're going down, that one, because everyone like hears it one way, and when you read the lyrics, it's another way. Actually, and there is a funny YouTube video out there where
it's like the stick drawings in the
it's like the Fall Out Boy music video, but it has subtitles of what most people would think they're saying, and it's hilarious.
I feel like Joe might have shown me that one time.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is going to be us wrapping it up for the first half of this podcast.
All right.
So stay tuned. We'll be back.
With some science.
Yep.
Science.
I just really want to change the background song to a Fall Out Boy song.
Yes. Yes. That is a great idea.
I didn't start in the middle of a sentence.
What?
I meant to start in the middle of a sentence. But welcome back. This is the After 5:30 podcast. We're back with our science topic for Anto.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yes. And the topic is, you went through the engineering sequence here at BU, and the topic is going to be like, what are cool things that you can either do or that you want to do with like Arduino stuff,
Arduino specifically.
or stuff like that.
I guess it could be any
stuff like that.
microcontroller,
Okay.
I guess, if you
Okay.
wanted, but
Like
Okay.
even what's the other one? Raspberry Pi, something with that.
Okay. So,
Well, first, what was your like freshman project? The one
maybe
you
we
did
should
it?
explain what that is first.
Yep. Take it away, kid.
Oh, why are you giving it to me?
Because I didn't teach a course on this thing.
I mean, they're technically microcontrollers, right? Like that's the main
yeah.
thing. they
Well,
do.
which one?
I mean, I guess I'm just thinking like Arduino Uno.
Yeah. Yeah, that's microcontroller.
There's different Arduinos.
There's like a lot of
Yes.
different versions.
So-
I feel like I had.
Okay.
So Arduino's like, and it's an Italian company, I think, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it's an Italian company.
Uh-huh.
It's like open source,
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
And they just like make like a bunch of like really cheap like electronic stuff.
Yeah,
but their
I know
main
what
thing is like
Right.
microcontroller,
Yeah.
which can perform like a lot of different things. You can
Right.
code stuff into it, and it performs like turn on a light or something like that.
Okay. So you're saying like, what would I like to do with one?
Well, first, what was the first thing that you did? Like in that engineering sequence, I know you had to like make a project using an Arduino.
Back then, they might not have had to.
No. So I'm old. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay. So I'm old. Before they used Arduinos, they used this Motorola MIPS microcontroller, which is like super archaic, like 15, 20 years old. Mm-hmm. And so after my years, when they started switching to Arduinos, which I've missed out. So I missed out on the Arduino class actually.
I'm sorry, I didn't consider that. I just didn't mean to offend you. I'm sorry.
I am old, my friend.
They didn't always used to do that. Forgot about that.
Right. But
what did you do with your MIPS? What was your project?
Oh, it was like so it was a track robot with like sensors on it, and it had to follow the
detection.
Yes. So cool. you get so you're allowed so it's like this robot with like two
ultrasonic.
No, it was like two motors on it, right? So you have to control the motors using like H bridges with a microcontroller, and then at the same time you get up to 3 sensors, I believe, to follow a line. So they would make a track. So there's a black with a line with electrical tape, and you have to have this robot follow this track using the sensors. It's like a light sensor and stuff. So that was what we did, and it was like all in like assembly. Like,
is that the language?
Well, it was MIPS, so that's like So and that's an assembly-based language for this particular microprocessor. Oh, sorry, microcontroller. Microcontroller, yeah.
Micro Shark.
Yeah.
Micro Shark.
Micro Shark.
Sorry, I don't know why I thought
Micro
controller.
Micro elephant. Micro
gorilla.
Do you have the picture?
Shoot it.
Too soon.
Oh no! I have the picture of the Micro Shark here. Hold on.
You have
a what?
Oh no, I have Gravity.
I have.
You have the Micro Shark.
Yeah.
It was a little It was a stupid joke between colleagues around somebody's defense. Mm-hmm. So we just saw Interstellar, and a big part of it was like gravity, linear gravity. So we had a sign that said gravity, and another thing was Micro Shark. So we had a picture of a shark with a scale bar underneath it, and it said micro.
Okay.
So that was
Micro Shark. It doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to.
Okay. But so funny that you mentioned like microcontrollers, like and like Raspberry Pis and all that stuff.
What's so funny about it?
I actually work with like cutting bleeding edge versions of that stuff.
Right.
Like, for my job, like for like applications for engineering things that
softwares and such.
What?
Softwares and such?
Well, yeah. I help like put together software for like computers.
I'm going to stop you and just remind you don't want to see where you work out loud, because I can see you're kind of like going
I'm
back
trying
and
to beat around the path a little bit. So yeah. So so like I work on like for example like Raspberry Pi. That's like a very simple cheap. I work on something similar to that, but we're talking like the industrial version.
Is it like even smaller, or is it?
No, just like it's actually about the same size, but we're talking like extremely beefy, like
really powerful.
Like it's like the size of a Raspberry Pi, but can like
way better
outblow your laptop, sort of in terms of computing.
Cool.
Like, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, don't mess with me.
So anything computers? Yeah, that's me.
Nice.
Anything.
Computing. I'm gonna think of something in a second. What were we gonna say, Kit?
I was gonna say we could also. I mean, you and me have to start working on computers, but do we want to get off of the Arduino topic? I mean, I got some good stories if you want.
Oh no, yeah, we'll stay with the Arduino. Computers in general. But there's something like computing-wise. Oh boy, what was that? Is that a clicking?
Yeah, I hear clicking.
I also hear clicking.
Yeah. What does that come? It's coming from a mic? Oh boy, let's get to the bottom of this.
It sounds like your mic.
Oh my god, it's my mic.
It is your mic.
Something's clicking with the...
Ow. Like, unplug it, blow into it.
Oh, okay.
You did that in the opposite order. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, there's something in there.
There's something in there rattling.
Alright, good.
Yeah.
Darn snowball.
Oh, I changed the mode too, so there it is.
That's it.
There it is.
Well, wait, so there's different modes on your guy?
There's like an interview mode where it gets sound from both sides.
Okay.
And maybe I had it facing like, so I was talking to the side of the mic or something. And then there's like a general one.
Textbook definition, too complicated for what we're trying to do.
Modes 1, 2, 3.
Way too many modes, if you ask me.
Okay, but we're talking about Arduinos and computers in general. I know you, TA, a course at some school. I'm not going to say where you work.
Right, yeah. Not that it matters, but...
Well, you did earlier anyway, so...
I know.
It's fine. Let's listen.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think I had a bad habit of always having to lead the projects that were actually, like, the test ones. So every year they would put in a couple Arduino projects, like 1 or 2 that weren't there the year before, and they'd usually be like, well, let's hope this works, and the kids don't have any problems. And I had a bad habit of picking those ones. The first one, it was like an umbrella one, where it was supposed to kind of like, you'd have like a bunch of touch sensors and it lights up. Yeah, it did have Arduino. Okay, just making sure. And I only picked it because me and my friend a long time ago had like this idea, also this is trademark, don't try and use it, we called it the Thermbrella. Was it would keep you warm, like the handlebar was kind of like heated, and like you could use it. Hey, you put that pen and paper away. So the only reason I wanted to take the umbrella one because it reminded me of Thermbrella, and that didn't work out. I think there was one that maybe worked out of all the groups.
I've gone down to that area before, and I see like a poster with like an umbrella on it.
Is that related?
Oh wow, this is freshman engineering projects.
Yeah.
Okay, I just remembered now what you guys were talking about because it's like I don't remember what in the world I did freshman year. Now I remember. Like okay, what did I do?
You guys had Arduino?
No, we.
MIPS.
Oh, we had the.
MIPS.
No, I'm thinking. So that MIPS stuff was actually my
was
sophomore class.
My
microcontrollers class.
Yeah.
So now that I remember, oop. Okay, there I am. So now that I remember, it was like the Mashables project. Like there was like a laser theremin. There was like there were like these 7 projects that you and your team can pick from.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think. Oh, we did a homemade electric guitar.
Oh yeah,
And
that
then,
sounds familiar now.
Right, and then some. I was just like, and
Did
that was really easy. It was
Involve
really
Arduino?
No,
Okay.
it was just like a, you like take a, I think it was any like metal string.
It was basically like you're pretending like stuff was like technology and it was.
Yeah,
And that's what they did for us too.
right. And it was funny because like the one that we did had like a real schematic behind it, and no one in my group knew how to read schematics except me somehow. I don't know how I knew how to read. I think I learned
Stumbled
in like
upon them in your youth.
elementary school or something. And so, but I just remember that the laser theremin project was actually the hardest, and no one got it except for like one group, and only because like they cheated. Like their dad was an electrical engineer and like kind of did it. I mean, rumor on at least that was like the rumor on the Vine.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Word on the street.
not to call out my class.
But you know who you are.
It's alright, we haven't said my year yet, so.
If Anto sent this video to you, you know who he's talking about.
Yeah.
I can't say I even know who was on that team anymore.
They probably didn't
But,
get too far.
Have you ever seen that video on the internet? It's this, it has like a Russian vibe, but there's just like this guy. He has a block of wood, nails, and a wire, and he plugs it into an outlet, and he's like, look, electric guitar with like some foreign accent. And he strikes it, and it just like everything like lights up, sparks, and like all the lights go out.
Well,
No, I've never seen that.
so there is a guy, he's like, he pretends to be like a fake electrical engineer, and he does like, I think it might be the same guy.
I think it is. Yeah.
Where he just has an entire web series like shorts of like him like basically electrocuting himself, because like he'll do things like,
I'm interested.
so like he'll like, you know, hook up a capacitor backwards and it'll blow up on his face. It's like, so, oh, and then we plug him, boom, and, and he just screams like, ah! Like my favorite was like I think he was like playing with like a car battery and like trying to power like a drill or something. No, what was it?
Calculator.
It was like, it was something, but he wired it backwards, and so the thing, like the wire caught on fire and then electrocuted him, and then he like jumped, hit his head on something, like, and you could tell it's by accident because like he literally got shocked and like I thought he died.
So
like,
yeah, is he still alive? Or?
yes, and he
Okay.
still continues to like produce these really really terrible electrical project videos, and
All
they're
right.
hilarious.
Good to know he's persistent.
Yeah,
That's
It's a great
tenacity
laugh.
that you want. You need to keep
it's a
that.
great laugh.
But what's one of the coolest things you've seen done with Arduino, and does it involve an animal?
Successful projects
Yeah, what's like the
and
cool-
doesn't involve an animal.
It does. I'm looking for something because like that's one of the things I want to throw out there. Like
Oh,
if somebody like
okay.
puts it on a dribble and they can like in their freshman year get the Arduino to control a dribble to follow the line or something.
So
Good project for next year. I will recommend that.
Put it out there.
like, so you're talking about mind control here with an Arduino
On a small animal, yeah.
on an animal.
Yeah, what's
Okay.
wrong with that?
Okay, that reminds me of like SpongeBob and Plankton when he just like stabs his brain with like a.
It doesn't work
Yeah,
like that.
That's I don't
Oh yeah,
know.
it's like a little plug, and then he like stabs him in the brain. Yeah. The only animal
Yeah.
one that I can think of
It
is
was
that.
an animal one.
No, it wasn't. It was actually unrelated to the
Okay,
class. It was like another grad student had started using Arduinos to make like it's like some kind of door opener for his dog, I think. And he was like he was obsessed with like automating his home, and he lived out in like the middle of nowhere. So I don't understand, but
I bet you he had like a bunker to hide away from the zombies that are coming.
I've lost contact with him, so probably that's where he is now. But
That's intentional.
yeah. He had made some. He was trying to make something that only his dog would be able to do. Like it'd have to push something, maybe and let itself in. Something that like a raccoon couldn't do. I don't know what a raccoon can do and like a dog
versus
can't.
a dog.
Yeah, like what's?
Bark, maybe.
I feel maybe it was a bark. I'm just kidding. That's
I
ridiculous.
haven't.
I'm just. That's ridiculous.
I'm sure raccoons make some sort of noise.
Well, they can both push stuff, so
I don't know.
It's probably the fingerprint scanner on the door.
yeah.
Or a nose scanner.
Yeah.
He has to like press his nose on it. And
It's
it
like
scans
not
the
you, you
nose.
silly raccoon.
Ever
You're not a
seen-
dog.
Have you ever seen that movie Cats versus Dogs?
Yes.
It's really old, right?
That
It's
is
really
it.
old, and
Yeah,
like
it
all
was
the
like-
cats dogs like high tech, all
all
this stuff. they're
CG
spies.
too, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh man, I bet if we like pulled the trailer for that now, we'd be like, wow, that is some awful,
Wow, that is
awful
shit.
animation. That looks like terrible. Like,
Yeah, back in the day it was cutting edge though.
oh yeah, I remember when it came out. I was like, whoa, that's pretty neat.
I know. I remember it, and it's like so cool right now. But I know if, like you said, if we pull it up, it's gonna be like, ew. I just tainted my memory.
I
of
still
this.
don't get how they got all those animals to move like that.
There's a baby in it too. I'm pretty sure the baby did something crazy, like fought
Yeah.
a dog or something like that.
I don't remember.
That's the only animal one I can think of.
When you were doing your freshman sequence, was there like a project that was cooler than yours, or did you have the coolest project?
No, the theremin was definitely the thing I talked about, where it's like a laser theremin. So basically,
Yeah.
it's like a laser harp, but no one got it working except for the one group that supposedly had
Right.
someone's dad.
Right.
But that was
They
like,
juiced.
so the one that did work was so cool because it was like so it's like a harp, and then there's lasers pointing up, and then you put your hand over it and stuff, and then
Damn.
it changes the pitch and all that jazz. But yeah, that was the coolest, but definitely the hardest.
Gotcha.
And that had no place being a freshman project at all,
Yeah, I can see.
because it
my
required
boss
it required you
being
to like
aggressive
buy
with
like first off high powered lasers, a receiver, some sort of like sound like pitch thingy, like modulator, and then you have to like solder it all together and stuff, and like that's well beyond the scope of a freshman engineer that
Yeah.
like fresh out of high school, like
Like I'm just trying to make like a guitar out of a tissue box and a 2x4.
Right,
Like,
and
a couple
calm
rubber
down.
bands.
I'm sure half of them are like, I don't even know what engineering is yet. I just got into the school
A
somehow.
laser what? Theremin. What?
What's
A
it
ra-
done?
What's a laser?
I'm pretty sure I was like still out of my mind when I was finishing freshman year.
What do you mean by that?
I said
Psychotic episode or?
like really young, naive,
Oh, okay.
ambitious.
Oh,
Yes.
I still didn't know like anything,
Same.
Right.
and slightly psychotic.
Well, can't argue with that.
So,
Same.
so at your school, did they do like kind of like a intro engineering before you like dove into a discipline, or did you dive straight into a discipline?
I have no clue. I was a biologist.
Zach was like a biologist.
Oh, okay.
Biologist.
I'm sorry.
So
I
I
assumed you were an engineer. Well, your undergrad was an engineer, so.
No.
Okay.
No, biologist. And then like junior and senior year, I set myself up at the end of sophomore year so I could do the engineering minor.
Okay.
So I took like statics, another kind of mechanical one, linear circuits, system analysis,
Probably fluids.
materials. Didn't get to take fluids. It would have been the next
okay.
semester. That would have been like year 3.
Yeah.
But it's a minor, so I only went to the first 2 years.
Okay.
There was a MATLAB class that I wanted to sign up for because I was like, oh yeah, MATLAB sounds important. Ended up never taking it because it overlapped with like the last bio course that I had to take with the lab, and the guy was like, yeah, you don't actually need it. It just would have been helpful because it's 1 credit, meets once a week. But at the same time as my...
Just want to say, as a software engineer, I hate MATLAB.
As a graduate student using MATLAB for their project, I hate MATLAB.
As a graduate student to do a similar project to Zach, I also hated MATLAB. But I'm good at it.
I've yet to meet someone that likes MATLAB, but...
I like it when it works.
Yeah,
But
that's nice.
Joe, be quiet.
I've used it, like...
Joe's the person that you're waiting to meet then.
Oh, is that so?
Hello.
Joe likes MATLAB.
But I digress.
But I think we covered all the bases with our science topic.
Yeah.
Something I threw out the animal, controlling the animal. How do we know?
You said gerbil, right?
Or hamster, small rodent.
I was thinking chipmunk. You know, they're more publicly accessible.
Yeah. But I feel like that's really
What about,
small.
like...
The Arduino's kind of like, yay big, right?
So I would think like a squirrel would be...
Is it that small? Because I'm imagining,
Arduinos?
like you put it on the back of their head.
Oh.
I'm thinking that.
Okay, well then it's
Okay.
probably going to need to be bigger than a hamster.
Oh, so like
Yeah,
German
like a
Shepherd?
hamster's the size of an Arduino.
Oh,
Like
altogether.
board.
Yeah,
A
like
board,
a-
yeah.
The board is like about this big, maybe.
So it's bigger than I think it is.
So to the audience, he has his fingers about 2 inches apart.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Anton. So maybe... Cat? You could do cat,
You
probably.
can do cat.
Well, what if we make like a helmet type too?
There you go.
Okay, so the helmet would attach to the Arduino.
And they would wear it like
Oh,
a
so it'd be like-
graduation cap.
It'd be like a mini DVI hookup hamster kind of cable.
DVI. I'm not sure what you're
So
getting at.
okay.
So you're going from one kind of output to another.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an adapter.
And then
Science.
you
It's
could, like,
hamster adapter
Science.
Then you
for an
can take-
Arduino.
You can take your Game Boy cartridges. Yeah. You can stick it
You can
into the,
stick
Different
some
programs. different
Pokemon
games.
Blue version in there.
runs around in a circle and then
Yeah.
it stops, runs in squares.
Nice.
There you go.
But yeah, I think we covered all the bases. But,
Now we did.
Yeah. This is after 5:30. This week we had Antoine. We had a great time.
Oh, you messed it up the last one.
Did I really?
Yes, you were so close. All right, you get a mulligan. One more.
This
Mess it up.
week we had Anto
There you go.
on the show, and we're not done yet, but I'm gonna ask him later if he had a good time, and he's gonna say yeah. Also look out for his bonus track. We're probably gonna do that pretty quickly, right now.
Hopefully.
But
Right now.
this is wrapping up our science segment. Look out for the bonus track. This is
Yeah.
after 5:30.
Yeah, it's way after 5:30.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, do you have a way that you want our fans to get in contact with you? An Instagram or Twitter? If you're trying to get Twitter famous, you can get like 12 followers from there.
Hey,
Well,
12
no, that's-
followers is 12 followers.
No, that's a
right?
joke.
That's
No,
like, you would get like a quarter of the viewers who would actually follow, so that's like 3 followers,
maybe.
optimistically, of our 12 viewers.
Yeah.
If you just say, hey, I'm Anto, if you don't want to throw out like anything like that.
Hey, I'm Anto.
All right.
Fair enough.
That's Chris over there. I'm Zach, and this is After 5:30.